every single time, it feels like, and even since I began casting Crossfire and before that as well. So let's take a look at the map ban pick. So Eagle Eye and Sub-Base gone. Ankara immediately picked here was CaraHouse's best map in the CFVL, and then immediately we go to Port for Vasco. And it looks like Compound for the third map.
Compound is going to be the last map indeed, as Port being picked by Vasco Esports, one of their better maps for sure indeed. But we're going to be looking at the map comparisons in Ankara. Looks like both teams are going toe-to-toe, but Compound definitely favoring Vasco Esports out there, and Port as well definitely being favored by Vasco, but at the same time CaraHouse has a bit to say about that map as well, so we'll have to wait and see if they are going to be able to come out on top of each other.
You can see the times played for Ankara for CaraHouse is 10. So they're 9-1 on that map, whereas Vasco are 4-0. So a bit more times played, and definitely the main map that CaraHouse do favor, but it's also been a staple, I feel like, for Vasco Esports, as you mentioned. So it's going to be a fun one. I think we're going to find out right from the get-go which one of these teams is favored in the series based on how we see Ankara, because both of these teams should be very comfortable on this map.
Definitely in lead, and it looks like we are ready to kick things off into map number 1, which is going to be Ankara, the pick of CaraHouse Esports, and we are ready to jump right into it. Already, we're going to be looking at Rambo going pretty aggressive into the vents, and he's going to be going out to gather some information. But they realize there is MG waiting with open arms. In the meantime, Shady as well is going to be pushing out towards the fence, and that shoulder of action should have been picked off. Kimbum swings out, gets the kill. Shady will find the kill onto VNC on. All of a sudden, CaraHouse opens up this round with a 2-kill of their own, and looks like it's going to be down to a 5-on-3.
Yeah, nice couple of swings there from the side of CaraHouse. They get a big advantage here at the beginning of the round. And now we do see, as you mentioned, 5v3 Vasco Esports. What angle are they going to take here? They still don't have the C4. They want to get a pick first and then probably group up and look to push one of the sites is what you would imagine. In terms of standardness, we do see Silva looking for that pick. He's not going to quite find Dola, and that door will get smoked up. So they're just trying to make it as difficult as possible, and CaraHouse can kind of just hunker down on the sites and not get picked off, essentially, as they know that's what their opponents are trying to do here.
But luckily for Vasco Esports, they do have Fefe on the AWM as well, so they're going to be running double AWM setup, and a pick is everything to open things up, and looks like Fefe is going to whiff that shot. But he does get to fall back with his life still there. So the clock is now ticked down to the 55-second mark, and looks like the rotation is going to be coming down towards middle, but the double setup has to go now. Fefe swaps off to the AK-47, and he's going to be lurking down towards middle, but surprisingly, Kimbum is on the watch, and the C4 just lingering outside of A long. If he gets picked off in the vents, then everything could go wrong here for Vasco Esports. 30 seconds and ticking. Looks like Fefe is going to be leading the charge down towards middle to sell the fake, and the C4 did rotate out from vents and is following his way in towards middle. Fefe maneuvering himself through the angles, is going to be finding himself into the connector. Not going to be able to, and he does actually find the kill onto Dola, and that does open things back up. And do they realize there's still 2 players lurking? Lucas swings out, gets the kill, while almost making it a double, but the C4 being down 7 seconds, gets picked up by MG. MG, 4 seconds in the dream. Rambo on top of the bomb site. Pistol will rain bullets. MG goes down, and CaraHouse Esports will find their first round coming into Ankara.
Yeah, I mean, there's only so much delaying you can do, right? Vasco Esports are trying desperately to find whatever angle they can and try to squeeze out whatever advantage they could in a very disadvantageous position, right? But they couldn't really find much. They wait until the very end. They kind of get swan, right? Dola gets out there pretty quickly. He does a lot of damage. I feel like he also could have just waited, but trying to give the information to his team, and at least he got the damage done, and then eventually the rest of his teammates were able to clean up. So pretty nice round going the way of CaraHouse already. This team absolutely dominated their region, not dropping many maps at all. I think it was a total of like 5. So certainly a very strong team in their own right. They made it to playoffs in the grand finals. I think it was the tiebreaker matches where they did fall. And now they want to make their mark here on the CFSI.
Both teams decided to go for the double arm setup, and it's definitely put to good use. Shady finds an opening onto Silva. Dola is going to be covering the other angle with a rifle, so the moment VNC swings out, Dola gets stuck out though. VNC quick to flick his angle and aim right on top of the head of Dola. Will find the frag. And VNC is going to start rushing in towards the long area, but looks like the rest of CaraHouse did fall back out from the mess out in towards B long, and the rest of CaraHouse is going to be going for a quick split, 2-2 split rather, but Kimbum going a little too aggressive, swings out from Vents, and MG waiting with open arms is going to be able to find the frag there, and looks like a bomb site might be of the contest here for Vasco.
And they have rotated out. Now Lucas trying to get an advantage here for himself. He spots them. He gets one pick, but now the A site is open. And does a little bit of damage as well. But now here comes Vasco Esports. We do have Shady on the back of the site here looking for a pick himself. Meanwhile, FA. Oh, Rambo going to get a kill out from quarters, making this 2v2. But now they take him down. Rambo with the grenade over the top. And now it's Sniper v Sniper.
The overnades definitely put to good use. FA going down, but MG versus Rambo. MG is going to be taking out his pistol, wielding it right by the entrance. Does Rambo realize this? Because the barrel is going to be seen. MG swings in the wrong time, and Rambo is going to be able to find a quick shot, and is going to be able to go for the defuse and secure their second round. MG, just unfortunate. It just continues for him tonight.
Yeah, pretty rough. I mean, they got so close to taking that round down, did Vasco. Definitely looking much better than the first round we had, but at the end of the day, it's just a couple of clutches from Rambo. Even Lucas earlier on, swinging out, getting the early information, getting a kill as well. Giving his team an opportunity to clutch it out and get the victory. As, okay, that grenade, most value so far in the tournament.
Kimbum blinded, waited for the right timing, and the nade will do much damage. But looks like the vent rush is coming through. VNC is going to swing out. Lucas holding under the staircase. Can he land the shots? It's going to be Kimbum to find 2 quick kills, and he's going to rotate back out from the boxes. Shady came for some support with the pistol. Will find the kill right down towards Silvazera, and now VNC and MG left all alone to do the dirty work. They do still have these smokes and nades to work with, but a bomb site completely locked off. It looks like they will have to rotate back out anytime soon, but the nades are definitely doing some damages, but I don't think they have a bomb site under control.
Yeah, I mean, that push just got nearly shut down when the grenade hit everybody, and then they were just so ready for the push. The flash timing was excellent as well. So far, the utility usage of CaraHouse has really been impressing, and Vasco have just not been able to find any angle here on Ankara. Shady gonna pick up yet another one, picks up his 5th kill already. And so far, it is Vietnamese dominance, 3-0.
3-0 indeed, and CaraHouse thinking about leading out 3-0, make that 4-0 if they're able to pick up this 4th round to themselves. Vasco Esports definitely off to a pretty slow start here, but they do have the potential to just bounce back any moment. And any moment in time soon. And looks like for now, they're going to go for a slow play as locked down. We do have action kind of swinging out towards connector pretty wide. Rambo is going to be holding that slight angle with an AWM. And Action has to realize this, otherwise he will go down if he swings out. But for now, they did fall back, and Action is going to be able to fall back without losing his life as well.
This is certainly slowing it down, you know, we just had 2 Chinese teams play up against each other, so I feel like it's a little bit of whiplash. Now, I feel like these 2 regions also like to up the tempo just a little bit, but so far definitely trying to change the way these rounds look is Vasco Esports after a couple, actually 3 losses of rounds in a row, so really trying to cross their T's, dot their I's, not make any mistakes. Sometimes, you know, at this level of competition, everybody's so good that it just comes down to, okay, you know, everybody's going to hit their shots, but who made fewer mistakes and who had the more solid team play and communication is sometimes all it comes down to. So let's see where they decide to go for. I mean, there's 4 people here in the front yard. We got 1 in office as well, so maybe a B hit.
The setup is out. They did swing off the A connector, and B being tested here. MG swung all the way out. Feifei is going to push into the bomb site. It's being held down by 2 players. He can spot out Shady, but it's not going to be able to find the kill. Shady swings out. This is still the BNC. Feifei is going to be able to trade him back. Bomb site is open. Rambo almost taken out there. Sprayed out from Feifei. A little bit risky, but at the end of the day, Vasco is going to be able to take the bomb site and get the bomb planted. Now going to coastline. Rambo gets spotted out. Action is just going to drop down. Spider-Man seen there. Now it's going to be Kimbum and Lucas to do the clutch. 2v4. The clock ticking down. The smoke is going to hold Lucas down for a bit. But Lucas does have a flash. He's going to toss that one out. MG did take out Kimbum in the meantime. And Feifei is going to find a quick headshot. And Vasco will find their much needed first round. It's going to be 3-1.
I feel like I can hear the Vamoses from here. Everybody on the side of Vasco Esports, a very solid round that time around. I mean, just cutting all sight, cutting all sound, and not using a lot of utility, just clearing out office, saying, okay, well, it looks like they're playing default, looks like they're just playing on the sites. And now Feifei's going to start off with the snipe himself, so all of a sudden, you know, a couple of snipers come in here for Vasco, probably not something that CaraHouse was expecting. They get an early pick, and it does feel like the momentum is slowly but surely going into Vasco's favor. Again, a very solid last round, very dominant. Here comes Rambo aggressively, and he's just going to be shot down.
Rambo pushed out like a Rambo, but it wasn't the movie this time, and he will go down. And that does open up a lot of vulnerabilities for CaraHouse's defense, where Vasco can now push onto any bomb site, and they're only going to be greeted by a single player. That's easy to overtake. But for now, playing with more patience, Vasco's actually going to play with the clock here, as we do have Lucas rotating onto the B bomb site. But the rest of the CaraHouse will have to figure something out, because the nade is going to tick away half HP away. Shady peeks out, taken out. Lucas peeks out, taken out. And Vasco Esports has B completely open.
And this is, I feel like sometimes the issue for CaraHouse Esports is they always get a little bit impatient, right? They're just like, okay, we need information, and we need it now. And we're going to check, again, in office. And it feels like Vasco are reading the situation very nicely, because they just have 2 people sitting there waiting. They're like, okay, they're going to peek in office. Just wait for it. Just wait. Okay, there they are. And they just get the drop on them many a time. So Vasco, loving the patience from them, especially against the team they're playing against in CaraHouse. I feel like this has bitten this team in the butt many a time. Yeah, not even just in this map, but in the past as well. So
Lucas and Shady pushing out towards A will buy that information for their team. And that does allow Rambo to look down towards middle, and the rest of CaraHouse to kind of just hold down towards office. But do they realize Vasco sending more players down towards middle? It did work out last time, isolating A and then pushing on towards B. Shady with an AWM looking out towards window. Feifei is going to spot him out instantly, takes him out. And all of a sudden, A is isolated once again. The bomb still lingering outside of Blacklist spawn. Lucas has to make his arm to put to work, but he does whip that shot. He does get one, takes out the pistol, but not quite there to find the second, as VNC trades him out. And Vasco has all the map they could use to themselves.
yeah, they have a lot of time as well, still over a minute, and they will use that clock. Lucas going to be kicking himself for not hitting that first shot. We know he is pretty strong with, you know, he feels like a jack of all trades. He could definitely pick up the AWM if necessary, whereas Rambo's kind of the guy who does it most of the time. But yeah, he was getting some great information. If he just hit that shot and stayed alive, like things could have been totally different for CaraHouse. Now they've got to put 2 people over on A. We got Rambo in this awkward spot here, just looking from the watchtower onto B, but he's about to be pushed here by Vasco.
He's not spotted out just yet. Kimbum from windows is going to go for the pot shot. Not going to hit yet. Golah's going to swing from the backside, and all of a sudden, CaraHouse, they are going to be able to find the BNC, but MG and Silva will find a piece each, leaving Rambo all alone on top of watchtower. He does find one. Now dead, stuck in the corner. What more can he do? 1v2. Definitely doable if he finds one more, but Action is going to find the head of Rambo. And Vasco is going to tie it back up to 3-on-3.
Yeah, there wasn't much time there at the end of the round. They decided, okay, we're just going to go for the kill, especially because he has an Alma in that position. I think that's definitely the right choice, but, you know, delays the plant, and, you know, maybe a lesser team could have scrambled, try to force the plant, somehow lose another member, and all of a sudden it gets dicey, but not Vasco Esports. They will take it down and tie things up. So a bit streaky, 3 rounds to CaraHouse, 3 rounds to Vasco. And now a big push under B. Rambo gonna spot them first.
Rambo can spot them first, but the shots weren't quite there, and Vasco falls off right back as well. The nade from Rambo not going to take away any health, as now they have repositioned themselves in towards middle, with Action leading the charge, but he's going to slide into the connector down towards A, whilst the rest of his team is going to be lingering outside of B. Long here, Shady, stuck in an awkward position now. Unless he lands a couple shots, he will be spotted out, as he does take a bullet through the wall, and he does whip the nade too, so he's definitely going to have to fall back and find a better position to hold. In the meantime,
yeah, well, Fefe, he's watching for the angle, or Fefe jumps up, but he's being pushed in office at the same time, and they take him down. Silva and VNC getting some damage onto him. Now, all of a sudden, you don't have Shady. It's a very awkward spot once again. This is where, you know, Ankara can be pretty rough. The pushes onto A especially can be so deadly with that extra firepower.
Especially the angle Shady was holding was a little bit slim for him, but Lucas is swinging out. A gets taken up by Silva, and A completely open. Vasco Esports willing to take one more round. Is going to be running hot on foot to get the bomb planted. The rotation is coming in from Kimbum, but Fefe still lingering out towards the middle. Is going to spray down Rambo, and Kimbum gets taken out in spawn, as VNC is going to find the quick headshot through the smoke. That leaves Dola all alone to do the job. 1v5 and a dream. This one easier said than done. We'll find one onto MG to open things up. 1v4, but the clock is still ticking down.
Yeah, 25 seconds, 1v3 not gonna happen. And Vasco Esports have come back with a vengeance. 4v3 in round score, 4-3. CaraHouse, they looked so good at the beginning. Maybe Vasco just warming up a little bit. Perhaps CaraHouse overheating a little bit, you know, just some of the aggressive angles they're taking and positions they're taking are not working out for them. So I feel like they need a little readjustment, perhaps. But Vasco have certainly kind of downloaded them at this point after the first 3 rounds, and they have adjusted very, very well. So pushes have been great, the pickoffs have been great, and CaraHouse have been punished so far. Still a close map.
Could be anyone's, but Vasco definitely playing with composure here. This is not the Vasco I saw at the Grand Finals or the past Invitationals. They're the playstyle that I usually observed seeing Vasco Esports was they would just run into the bomb sites. Like I'm talking about like actually just running in, but this time around they're gonna find the pick, fall back out, readjust themselves to the enemy's position in some way, somehow. It's been working for them this time against CaraHouse, and let's take a look what they want to do in round number 8. Minute 17 left onto the clock, and looks like the C4 is going to be rotated out towards a bomb site. We do have 2 players holding it down. That's going to be Lucas and Kimbum from CaraHouse. They were able to hold this one down last time, but can they do so this round?
See that push out from a couple of members of CaraHouse. They're trying to get as much info as possible, but they're still not going to be ready for this A push to come in. Also, MG might be able to catch this guy lurking. Yeah, Dola just running by him, doesn't see him at all. So MG gets a free kill, and now the push comes in onto A. They're not ready for this at all, as the info play pushing out of office does not gain them anything. And Vasco with a quick push onto A, getting all the value. Here comes Shady trying to just run on in by himself, is going to be taken down. Not much else of a choice for him, as they're just so far behind at this point. Action now looking for the flank, and I think he knows exactly where Rambo is. Or maybe I spoke too soon.
Spoke a little too soon, but sooner or later, swing from the corners. Find the kill there. And Vasco Esports is going to be able to secure their 5th round. It's going to be 5-3, and it only so looked CaraHouse may have had the chance to take the rounds here, as they won 3 rounds consecutively, but you know, after 3 rounds, it just feels like Vasco is on a roll.
Yeah, I feel like both these teams definitely very momentum-based, and the second that Vasco took over, it's been all Vasco, right? They've just been totally holding on to control of this map afterwards. And as we said before, both of these teams so comfortable on this map that you give them an inch, they're just going to get to that flow state, and then there's no stopping them. A couple of grenades over the top. Lucas takes a little bit of damage, but he's fine, just a little bit. And a couple of grenades already used. But Vasco, once again, returning to that passive playstyle, waiting for someone on CaraHouse to check them, to peek them, which has been working for a lot of the rounds, but it looks like this time CaraHouse playing a little bit more patiently.
Speaking of playing patiently, A-Bomb's like definitely patient, but Rambo thinks otherwise. Is going to go for some pot shots out the window. Now has to fall back after he does miss that first bullet. We do have 3 players holding it down. Dola swinging in towards connector. Spot out VNC. No, VNC just a little bit better. We'll find the better of him. Shady now has to fall back after losing his friend to VNC. And rest of Vasco, after picking off one of the players of CaraHouse, is going to rotate all the way towards A. And looks like it's been working for them the past 5 rounds. Might as well as go for their 6th chance of taking the round there.
Yeah, I don't mind it at all. I think the defense from the side of CaraHouse on the site has not been enough to stop the onslaught. And they're going to go in blind this time around. They do not take the corner, but they have not enough people, actually, as Kimbomb is going to just spray them down. Action, just trade it back. But here is the rest of CaraHouse swarming the site. Shady up on top, and he's going to pick up 2 kills. And perhaps a bit too confident from the side of Vasco that time around. That's going to give us another 5-4 half.
5-4 half. Vasco Esports do have a round lead, but this could be anyone's map because both of these teams going tooth and nails, pushing into the bomb sites. But this time around, it's going to be Vasco Esports holding the bomb sites down on the global risk side. That's going to be CaraHouse on the attacking side as they start off in the blacklist. Nades in towards Vents. Going to quite connect onto VNC as he does fall back in time. 2 minutes left onto the clock as we're going to be looking at CaraHouse thinking about a possible mid to A split as we do have 3 players down towards middle. Lucas is going to be up on the front as an entry fragger. But this time around, they're not going to be going for the double arm setup, whereas Vasco did try to utilize double arms in the earlier rounds as Blacklist.
They definitely did. Here comes CaraHouse. A couple of members just hanging out in mid, as you mentioned. The A-mid split at the moment, though, they're not going to make any brash movements on the map. They're going to wait, see if Vasco wants to play it a bit faster, even from the GR side. As we can see for now, other than, you know, a couple of peaks through the air vent, it's not really much too different. We got a smoke here in the doorway. Some utility over the top, some overnames, and immediately Fefe in action, trading one back, but VNC is going to go down as Lucas picks up 2 here on the entry. 3v3 at this point in time. They should be able to get this plant down here on the A site, but action close by at the fence, looking to potentially punish someone who wants to check back there.
Action goes for some pot shots. The bomb now successfully being planted. Vasco is now on the retake, but Silva is going to be flanking from the back. Nobody from CaraHouse is watching this, and this could be critical for the defense of CaraHouse to hold this bomb site down. 20 seconds, and it's still ticking down. And they're going to be swinging anytime soon. Silva swung, but he is taken out by Lucas with a quick headshot. Action now tries to swing in from the connector. Looks like he will be able to find a kill to Dola, and that does open up the gate. Action finds a double. 7 seconds of ticking. He has to go for the defense. Does he have time? Yes, he does. MG with the rifle finds the kill onto Rambo. The defuse coming through, and it's going to be Vasco Esports winning that round outright for themselves.
Yeah, they win the round. It was pretty close, though. Certainly required a couple of guys to come into the clutch in that post-plant situation. Action getting that kill from behind it, and then MG as well, just to, you know, you got to have trust in your teammates. You got to trust that MG is going to get that kill. Action knows that he has to start the defuse with like only 5 seconds left, I think it was, as he was tapping that. So gets in, and the quick hit onto A works initially for CaraHouse, but immediately afterwards, we did see Vasco able to shut it down. CaraHouse now considering a hit through front yard, right down the middle. We see that both these teams definitely electing for just kind of standard setups in terms of the defense, in terms of the GR side, and just kind of holding on to sides. You got one guy in the air duct, one guy in the office, and that's about it. We do have Silva from behind trying to get some information on this one. He will pick up one, but CaraHouse are already in to the spawn.
He's gonna swing, gets a kill, but gets traded out by Dola. Now they have the spawn area under control. We have VNC holding onto the bomb site by himself, but he's gonna be going into the vents, and that is a cheeky play. Rambo is kind of watching onto it. Oh no, Rambo swings, and Rambo actually finds the headshot onto VNC, and now A is completely open, and Silva and MG put to the test here to clutch a 2v3.
They're so low, these members of CaraHouse. That's one of the low guys. And now Grenade's going to take out Silva, who also didn't have that much health. MG's got to clutch it now once again. Can he do it 1v2 from this situation? Oh, that shot was insane. But he was very low. And now Rambo, not nearly as low, going to hop down. MG probably hearing that wants to spot for the bomb. But Rambo just taking his time, playing the clock, playing the bomb. And now I think he knows where MG is, and MG just can't find him. MG's going to run out of time. He's not going to have enough time to get the kill or the defuse, and he's just looking everywhere. He's like, where did this guy go? Can't find him. And that's it. I mean, the round is just going to go in the hands of CaraHouse.
The paths have been crossed between MG and the last player of CaraHouse, and looks like Vasco Esports is going to give that round up as the bomb timer ticked down to 0. As now we are almost tied back up to 6-on-6. It's going to be a 6-on-5. CaraHouse just one round away from coming back to a tie. But in the meantime, could be looking at some potential aggressive A push from CaraHouse as they're gathered outside of A long here. But they do have two players holding down towards vents. It's going to be VNC and Fefe. They've been putting their gun to good use, but can they do it once more is the true question here.
Yeah, we get another grenade in that same spot. This time it is from the side of Vasco onto CaraHouse, and it only hits Lucas. There is still that big group up here outside of the vents. VNC is going to be the first person to have contact as he will spot Kimbum and probably sees Lucas as well. Smoke's going to come down, but in the corner, VNC not quite going to get more than just the one. Fefe up top, only trading 1-for-1 as well. Action on the back of the site. Doesn't have any help, and he's just going to back away and look for the retake.
Action is going to be responding to the bullets fired across towards him. And now the smokes are being put out towards the spawn area, and the C4 safely rotating in to get the bomb planted. Minute left on the clock, and Rambo is going to stick the bomb there. 40 seconds and a dream. Vasco Esports having all three players down towards spawn. This one's going to be a hard breakthrough because they don't have any players to flank around towards the blacklist long area. Here is the go sign given. So go. Action going for CaraHouse. Will find one, but Lucas will find a double kill to kill all of the teammates as Kimbum is going to be there to finish off action. As we are now tied back to 6-on-6.
Yeah, pretty interesting stuff. I mean, you don't have enough time to rotate, so everybody has to go in, but unfortunately, they don't check all the corners, right? They are just focused on the one guy who's on the site, but actually Kimbum on the bottom side as well. Getting some nice damage, and now Vasco getting angry, and CaraHouse are just going to mow them down. Fefe here kind of has the artillery. Barely going to catch one guy as well on the backside of that, but at the end of the day, that is going to be a big win in the beginning of this round going the way of CaraHouse.
Vasco Esports was thinking to gamble this round, and looks like the gamble has been failed as all four players of CaraHouse was waiting just to watch themselves come out from the action. Does find the kill onto Rainbow. That will try to equalize things back down to 2-on-2 almost. One more player on towards CaraHouse. Fefe does it. Now it's back down to 2-on-2, and all of a sudden CaraHouse, they will have to get the bomb planted. He does fall back in time. Nades are flying his way, but it's not going to take his health away.
Yep, that it won't. CaraHouse, they get onto the site, but it was not easy. See, Vasco now trying to push this one. Once again, both guys are here from spawn, trying to come in through the fence. Kimbum and Shady, I think you might just expect this one, especially because you just saw Fefe going that way, and now you're going to see some utility. Is now Flash over the top. Going to play this one slowly. Wait for the flash. Action trades one back, but Fefe's going to win with the pistol. And just 39 health. That will be enough to just barely get Vasco over the line.
And Vasco will finally pick up the round win here, making themselves a 7-round to 6 to that of CaraHouse. Now moving into round number 14, that is. We're going to have to wait and see what Vasco wants to do. That last round miserably failed. The 3-man push out towards A-Long did not work out. And this time around, they're going to be playing a little bit more formal setups, 2-1-2. But we do have Silva lingering out all the way in towards the office area of B-Long. And let's see if that pays off any dividends.
Yeah, definitely a good question. I do wonder, what are we going to see from the side of CaraHouse in terms of attacking plays? So far going towards A, I think every time, right? They just keep going towards this one. We saw some pressure, I guess, through front yard and then swing back over to A, which I suppose counts. Meanwhile, the rest of them now just looking to go through the air duct once again. VNC, he's working overtime today. Always has to be ready for this push, and this time he is not. Nice headshot from the side of Dola. It's now over the top, some spray from Fefe trying to get aggressive, but he will be taken down. CaraHouse, oh, that flick was insane. Dola, 3 kills on this round already.
And now Silva and MG, the deal left to work. Dola's going to swing out, but gets taken out by Silva. That does equalize things back down to 4-on-2, but they need to find 4 more kills to continue and maintain their lead. Timer's still ticking down. Silva going for some pot shots will do a bunch of damage to Lucas, but he himself is going to be taken down to 26. End of the day, that's going to be a kill. Make that a double for Kimbum. 2 quick shots, 1 headshot, 1 wallbang, and it's going to be CaraHouse to tie things back up to 7-7.
Yeah, 7-7. Anybody's maps at this point. Again, coming in, you see CaraHouse have a 9-1 scoreline, but at the same time, Vasco undefeated. We'll take a look at this play from Dola, essentially. He was the main character, and he pulls off the highlights on this map. 3 kills early on, and he essentially got them onto the site by himself, with some amazing gunplay.
MG in connector whiffs the shot and has to fall back after losing about 60 hit points of his own. We have action by office area. He's going to find a quick headshot to Shady, but Dola is there to trade him out. But MG is waiting on the bomb site. AWM, the zone. Goes for the shot, but it doesn't quite land. And all of a sudden, CaraHouse, the 3 players, are dead stuck in the spawn area. And if they can isolate one of the bomb sites and just hit the other one, they might just be able to take it. But for now, looks like they're out of the utils to close off any angles. They're just going to go bomb rushing into B there. MG is waiting.
Yeah, MG is waiting, but Kimbum able to push his way in. We also have Rambo coming in from office, so they will be able to get this plant here onto B. CaraHouse in a pretty comfortable spot, 3v3. Get a flash over the top, and now Silva's going to be punished. Dola taking him down. Dola really stepping up to the plate when they need him most. Fefe trying to charge onto the site here. 2v3, he's got to get the job done. Nice flash to buy a lot of time here, and Fefe is going to go down alongside of VNC, and CaraHouse will take the lead.
CaraHouse picks up their 8th round, and they're 2 rounds away from taking the map and 1 round away from taking the match point. And for now, CaraHouse, after 4 rounds of decent results, they are trying for 5th. Rambo pushes down towards a bomb site, is not going to quite hit. And in the meantime, we're going to be looking at a 2-3 split coming out from the side of Vasco. And this time around, they're playing with even more patience, as they have no more rounds to risk, honestly. Like, they're only 1 round away from giving away the match point, so might as well as play more default rather than going for some funky plays. And hence is why CaraHouse is also bringing the clock down instead of just rushing into one of the bomb sites. They're going to be playing more default sites while leaving the lurkers down towards A, down towards B, which is going to be Kimbum out towards the A bomb site and Rambo out towards the B bomb site.
Yeah, when a team has gone to one site pretty much every time, it starts to get into your head that, okay, maybe they're going to go B this time, but then they just continue to go A. It gets really frustrating. So that's why you kind of have to go for info plays, I would say, if you're not getting the read on your opponents. But I feel like CaraHouse are playing it beautifully where they're waiting for info plays. They're just waiting on long angles. Rambo just begging Silva to check through that doorway, but he is going to stay disciplined and not do so. So now it just looks like another A hit from the side of CaraHouse. I mean, they are gearing up for it. They burned a lot of the clock. There's not too much information on the side of Vasco, and they might just send it into A.
Looks like the go sign will be given anytime soon. The clock being burnt down did burn the utilities from Vasco, so the go sign should be here anytime soon. Shaded and get taken down towards middle. The go sign has been given down to A. Kimbum going for some pot shots, but Fefe on top of the bomb site will find the kill onto Lucas, and now all of a sudden they will have to fall back out of this 19 seconds, but Kimbum will find a quick headshot through the wall. Double kill with a quick spray down onto CaraHouse, and they are going to be tied back down to 8 onto 8.
Yeah, it's still such a close map. You can see a lot of tension on the players' faces at this point in time. Still don't know who's going to take that big step towards 10-8, or if we're just going to get into our first overtime of the CFSI 2024. It was a good read from Vasco. I think they knew that it was a bit of a fake through mid, especially after Action got that first kill. He's like, well, it was just one dude running at me. I guess I'll just take him down, and nobody else is here, so where could they be? We have coverage in office. Looks like they're going A. And so, able to, by process of elimination, figure it out.
Something felt a little bit off, and Vasco Esports was able to read it perfectly. But now, moving into round number 17, this one will be the tiebreaker, unless it goes into overtime. But for now, CaraHouse is going to burn the clock once again. I mean, even last round, they were able to use the clock to themselves and burn through the utils of Vasco. Because at the end of the day, Vasco had only like a couple flashbangs left, and CaraHouse had all the utils they could use. But this time around, we're going to be looking at a quick B long take. They're willing to take this one down, but Rambo with a quick arm shot will take out Silva to open things up into this round. Minute left onto the clock, and CaraHouse not really willing to rotate out just yet, is going to still linger by B. As we also do see Lucas, who was down towards middle, is going to rotate in to provide the support for his team as well. Setups are lined up, it's being thrown out. In the meantime, Action didn't find the kill onto Kimbum. The flashes are coming through, but MG, whilst being flashed, didn't find the kill. Make that a double for MG with Action as well. That leaves Rambo all alone. 1v4 now, 1v3 as he does find the kill onto VNC. He needs to go through 3 more to bomb down in the worst spot possible. And he gets spotted by Fefe. And Vasco Esports is going to take the match points. It's going to be 9-8 with the last round remaining.
Yeah, Vasco very happy after that one. They know that gets them across the line to at least the tiebreaker on this first map. And yeah, that push just spotted early, spotted often. I think Silva, you know, he goes out, he tries to take the aggressive angle, tries to spray on 3 people, but even though he didn't get the kill, he got a lot of information. He said, okay, there's not a lot of time here on the clock. They are over by office. They're going to come in, and the whole team is able to shift over and get a very nice defense on that site. CaraHouse basically having no chance from there. So now, from what we see, it's CaraHouse saying, okay, well, you know what's worked for us? Going A.
Going A indeed, but this time around, Vasco adjusted themselves as well, having 3 players onto the bomb site. Fefe, Action, and VNC holding it down like a stronghold. We do have CaraHouse lingering outside A.
Oh boy.
The nades are going to tick away a bit of health from Dola and a bunch from Rambo. But we're going to be burning the clock down towards the minute mark to soon dissipate. The push is up to shove, and Vasco holds this one down. Action and Fefe will find the kill. He should make that double for these 2 players. And in a blink of an eye, hold down the hands of Rambo, but Fefe with a pistol will find a triple kill of his own. Close map number 1 out in Team Vasco's favorite. And it's going to be down to 1-0 for the match points.
Yeah, 1-0 over to Vasco Esports. Another 10-8 tonight. But Vasco Esports barely able to get